Um, Sorry, people are just now logging on. This is my first time actually hosting a live, so bear with me a little bit. Um, but we can kind of get started. So, hey everybody, um, I'm doing this live representing the Good Game Foundation, which, if you've been paying attention to my social, it's an organization that I helped launch where kind of team up professional athletes so that we can support causes that we're passionate about. And our first um, our first initiative is women's empowerment, and that's how we got connected to the Women's Bean Project, which is it's based out of Denver. It's a nonprofit enterprise that uses transitional employment program to kind of rehabilitate women. So we are joined today with Misty. Misty is the production supervisor at the Bean Project, and so that oversees the entire production team and supports the production manager. And she was a participant in the Women's Bean Project, correct? Last year. So just tell us a little bit about yourself and your story.
Well, first, I'm excited to be here to talk about the Women's Bean Project and to share a little bit of my journey. I grew up fast as a child, went through some childhood traumas, which led me to poor decision making, unhealthy relationships. I struggled with substance abuse, homelessness, and led me to felony convictions. So I was in community correction sentence and was sent to a halfway house and required to work. I hadn't worked in probably about 10 years, and I saw a flyer for the Bean Project. So I came on over here and applied and got hired. They took a chance on me and got hired. And the first day walking in, I can remember I had just no self-confidence whatsoever. Didn't know if I would fit in, if I'd be able to do the actual work or anything. But it was a very welcoming environment. It is. I mean, every day it's just the vibe when you walk in is great. And started doing the work and then learned that there was programming available. And I didn't understand any of that, but I started going to GED classes. I attended computer literacy classes, and Dress for Success came and we got a certificate with them. We're able to do mock interviews, job coaching, build our resumes and letter of explanation, and went into job search and was close to graduation at about 7 months, and a position opened for the production supervisor. I don't know what it was about the Bean or the programming. I can't just pick one spot, but from the day that I walked in to the day that I realized I wanted to apply and be a leader to other women was something that the Bean did for me. I had all the self-confidence in the world. I felt purpose, had self-worth, and had a passion within me to help other people, to be a peer coach or a mentor or something in my life. So this was just a perfect fit. Went through 3 interviews and got hired in March. And so now I'm the production supervisor.
And I mean, all our journeys and they look different, but the things that we are to be successful, both me and Paul, and the things that I'm doing to support you, your journey, Women's Bean Project provides with this support to give you tools that you need to be successful. And I kind of want what types of classes that you Women's Bean Project, like what does a typical day look like going through that?
So there's not really a typical day. It's definitely very different each day. Participants we hire monthly, so there'll be a new cohort every month, 5 to 7 girls, and so that means everyone on the production floor is at different stages in their employment here, so they're different stages in their programming as well. But a Monday morning you would come in, do morning huddle. We all line up at 8 a.m. and kind of do a check-in how everyone's doing and go over our goals and what programming the schedule is for the day. And so we'll normally go work on the floor. And then about mid-morning, we have break, and then we do morning meeting. And that's where all participants and all staff gather and have a meeting, and we go over goal setting. We set goals for the week, small personal and professional goals, and we do goal setting. We'll talk about things that we need to do that week, and then we'll share like a quote. It's about a half-hour meeting, and then some people will go into programming, which is the GED class, Dress for Success, computer literacy, financial literacy, or women's empowerment. And then the girls get trained in shipping and in customer service as well. So one or two may go over to one of those. And then we have lunch. And then we work through the afternoon, again, just on the production floor and as well as programming. Case management meets with the girls as well. So an hour a week, the girls will meet with case management. And then we just do cleanup and count everything we produced and go home and get ready to do it the next day.
Can you tell us a little bit about the types of products that Women's Bean Project?
Yeah, of course we have bean soup mixes. The 10 bean is most popular, but we have a split pea, chili, a couple other bean soups. We have baking mixes, so we have cornbread, cream scone, like chocolate chip cookies, brownies, different things of those. We have snacks, a whole variety of snacks. We do dog treats. They're all natural. I think those are pretty cool. We do spice rubs, a whole variety of things that we offer.
Do you have a favorite? Or if there's something that sells the best? I know you said the bean soup is...
The 10 bean definitely sells the best. It's what the bean project started with. But we tried the chocolate chip cookies on Friday for the holiday, and they're really good.
Okay.
I really like the oatmeal chocolate chip cookies.
1 second. I have... So I have a few of the items myself. This is the one that I'm excited to try. I actually love brownies, so the mix that I'm most excited about. I have a few things. So I think I have like biscuits or something else too, but I hope the brownies are good.
I do too. I like brownies a lot. And you know, that mix is, we like tell each other ahead of time when we plan to do that mix, because we end up with brownie all over. So we have to like spray it off and not wear the best shoes, and so you don't get brownies all over your shoes.
So one other thing, what is the best way for those of us that have joined us for people to support the mission of the Bean Project? And just to reiterate, you know, if the project believes in transforming the lives of women through employment. So what is something that, you know, you could tell people to help support that mission?
Probably the biggest support would be to purchase our products, you know, online, or we did open our store again after COVID, or, you know, through the pandemic, we've opened our store back up. But donations, volunteers, oh, yeah, and then we also do tours. We do virtual and in-person tours.
Okay. I mean, I'm excited to be involved. I know you're all the way in Denver, which makes it hard for me to kind of physically be there, but I'm happy that we were able to make this connection and get things started, for sure. And happy that you're able to be with us today. If there was anything that you wanted to ask me, or we can...
You're a part of the Good Game Foundation. How did you pick Women's Bean Project, or what was it that stood out to you about us?
Honestly, it was the first time I had heard of a program like this. I'm all about supporting women, and in all ways, not just in what I'm involved in, which is sports, or, you know, I feel like it was the first thing that I saw that basically believed in not giving up on people. And I really like the idea of transforming the lives through employment. I think the thought behind it is always kind of like, well, if you get your life together, then you can work, you know, so kind of backwards, because we don't know what are dealing with, and we don't always have the resources, or we can't help them in the ways that they need. So I really love that about this program, and I'm excited to learn more and meet more people like you that are truly inspirational. And I didn't ask you, but do you have kids?
I do. I have 5 kids, and through my addiction and criminal activities, they went to social services, and I haven't seen them for about 4 years.
Okay.
But that's something that I'm working on, is repairing those relationships.
That was another part that really stood out to me that I love the most. I don't have kids. I want kids. I'm a huge family person, and I love that that's a part of the program too. Is some way I love that, and that's as soon as I heard all that, I was in. I want to be a, every way as long as I can.
Yeah. So you like to bake and started a business, a baking bucket.
Yeah.
Tell me about that. What inspired you to start that, or tell me more?
I mean, it's really just a hobby still. Trying to figure out with my time. I'm a one man show. It's not like I have some kind of team or people to help me. So once I figure out like what I'm gonna sell and how I can deal with filling orders and everything, I'll go live with that. But it's just a hobby. I love to bake. I love sweets. I think I love them more than I love to bake them. So I think that going, but it started during the pandemic when I was home, like everyone trying to find something to fill up those long days in the house. And then I just did it when I went overseas to play. Now I'm really, looking to get and start placing orders.
Very exciting.
Well, um, I feel like that is a start. I had thought I would plug in that maybe the next time we do something, kind of do a little mini baking show. That would be kind of fun. Um,
Yeah.
I am really nice to meet you. Thank you for coming on here, and we can, stay in touch and stay connected. I would love that. I can give you my information, and everyone that's on, you can find out more about the Women's Bean Project through their website. So if you click on the handle, it'll take you there, and make sure you purchase some of the treats. They got a good inventory of stuff that I think you'll like, and anything that you purchase will support their mission. So that would be awesome.
Thank you.
Thank you.